Hi, Cancer, and welcome to your May 2019 Finding Love or Finding Your Relationship reading. I'm Jade with Yes, 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 and we're going to do a spread starting with the Mike Dooley deck, heading over to Gabby Bernstein, and then we will do a spread with the Line Strider deck. So what I'm looking for is just this overall energy of what's going on for Cancer. Hey Cancer, how you doing? If you are interested in having a private reading, my website information, yesYesYes.life, is linked in the box below. If you are resonating with this reading, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments section or hit that thumbs up button. It helps out so very, very much. You've got two cards that popped out, so I'm giving them both. You are being watched by loving eyes. Someone's watching you, and hopefully not in a creepy way, but don't be misled. Okay, so I like that it comes with a warning. You are being watched by loving eyes, but don't be misled. Okay, both of these cards have come out in other readings too, so just keep in mind that you, and this could be, online, not necessarily in person, so a little less creepy if that's the case, but keep it true. Keep yourself true for what you want, right? Even if it's somebody who's looking at you, who's loving you, don't settle if they're not going to give you everything that you want, okay? Don't let them lead you astray just because they are here and saying, hey Cancer, I want to give you the world. Well, do they deserve to give you the world? Are they enough for you? And that's just feeling like the initial energy. Come on, I just got this card, so I'll give it to you, but I'm going to pull a new one. Because sometimes these cards are sticking, and I just want to make sure I'm getting the best possible advice for you. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. So the one that came out, when I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. This card came out for Taurus, so that's why I wanted to make sure that I pulled one for you. So this is the surrender card. This is a surrender card. Know that it's going to happen, and allow yourself to let the world present it to you, okay? The other thing is it's saying change your mind about how you see the world. And it's more about if you believe, if you have faith, then the world itself will change for you. You'll start to see that those things are coming to fruition around you. You make a wish, and then you see little bits of that wish being granted to you daily. Okay, that's really what that card is talking about. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness and staying in an awake state, keeping in mind that we're all working at being a better people, and that you are working at being a better person. You're doing whatever it takes to be in a conscious relationship, I think. So you're not just, again, not being misled, making sure that whoever is going to come close to you is really deserving of you. Nice job, Cancer. Now, I want to see what these lovers, your characteristics of this potential person are. Now, this card just flew out, the Ace of Cups. I'll give it to you. Beautiful energy to have in that person. This is them showing up with love. This would be them being the suitor, them saying, I have love, I have feelings, I have emotions for you, dear Cancer. Now, have you met, or how will you meet? Let's see what that energy is. Anything else? And I can talk more about that Ace of Cups. I realized I just kind of jumped up off of that. But have you met, or how will you meet? Another ace. Okay. So we've got someone who's emotionally open, wanting to offer you this cup. Okay. And I'm feeling that they are pretty clear with how they feel about you. They might have been noticing you for some time. Now, how you will meet will be a very clear conversation, and I feel like this person's going to come and eventually say to you, if they haven't already, they're going to say to you, hey, I have been watching you, I've noticed you, I'd like to take you out. I feel like it's going to come up in communication where they step forward. It's going to be, it may take you off or catch you off guard, because this could be somebody that you're not noticing yourself, but they're noticing you. And again, when they show up, do keep in mind, do check out to make sure that they are they deserve you, right? Don't let them mislead you, because there's an underlying warning there. Okay, will there be initial attraction, or will you recognize them? And I'm talking a little bit about it, but I'm not getting the sense that that's the case. But let's see. Ooh, 5 of Swords. So I'm going to say no, you're not recognizing them. You're not seeing them now. Your head is down. And you're also not probably talking to them. And so this might have been, you know, in rom-coms where the people who like each other, they start as enemies. So it could be, you know, even if you're working together, maybe in the past you guys were on opposite ends of the spectrum, where you were, you know, you kind of went at each other. You might have spoken badly about the quality of your work or that kind of thing. So it could have been somebody who really irked you, really got under your skin in the past. And now they're going to come forward and say that they like you. You know, it's like, you know, when we're children on the playground and one of them pulls the other's hair, or, you know, you don't really know how to express your feelings except for through silly fighting or something. So it just seems like that's been the past, or at least the energy here is that you won't recognize them, and there won't be an initial va-va-voom necessarily, because I feel like they're coming out of the woodwork and they're going to catch you off guard. Now, what are the characteristics of the relationship? This is the money question. There's 2 money questions in this spread, but this is one of them. The characteristics of the relationship. I like this, a 3 of Wands. So when you release, maybe you let them in, you realize, oh, this person could be a something for me, okay? I'm gonna let them in. You realize that there's something you can build together, okay? There's something that's being built. That's the 3. The 3 are always creation and building, collaboration. And Wands is building towards security. It's foundational security. It's also passion and excitement and action. So there's some great long-term potential here. The characteristics, it could mean, I mean, again, this could be a work relationship. Something that has brought you together is through work. But I'm feeling that the relationship itself feels like you could create something together. It could be a family, but it could also be something work-related if you're already working together. Okay, what are the challenges that are presented in this relationship? What challenges come forward for Cancer here? Page of Pentacles. Now this is a small, so maybe it doesn't feel as secure as you would like it, okay? The page offers what it can, but it's not enough because it's just still learning. This person can also be younger and not really knowing much. Well, actually what I'll say here is that the relationship itself could feel so young and new and fresh that it doesn't feel like it could be that secure. There is the desire for security. I'm feeling like it's really the issue is that it's the page here. It's not like a king. It's not like a queen. And again, this is the challenge position. It could also mean that we're talking about money. So maybe there are little digs at each other because of money, and maybe, again, if you work together, that would make sense that maybe one person's getting paid a little bit more than the other. There's some kind of issue with money or security. We even talked about that a little bit. So that's our challenge. Now, how do we get over or overcome that challenge? How do we overcome this challenge of the Page of Pentacles? 5 of Pentacles. And that's in the upright. Interesting. So to overcome a challenge, we come through a challenge. So the 5s are, the idea is that you're feeling left out. There's not enough, right? This is the not enough card. In order to overcome any issue of financial insecurity, this is taking the whole thing on and maybe transforming it because you've taken it on. So if you decide to live a minimalist lifestyle together, do you see what I'm saying? Going to that extreme. I'm not saying you have to, but that's what this card here. It's an interesting card to be in the advice to overcome. The other thing is, normally in the regular deck, you see 2 people. So what I'm wondering is if you 2 bond by realizing that you are maybe not being paid what you're both worth, that you have the potential for making a lot of creative choices together, but you're not being rewarded financially at your current position together. So it could mean that the bond that happens is that you realize you're not secure alone and that you have to come together. Very interesting challenges. I'm really curious or the advice of getting through that challenge. I'm curious as to what we would overcome. How do we? What's the long-term potential here for Cancer in this relationship? Because this other person is presenting quite a bit, and I feel like there's just a challenge in stability and a challenge in financial stability. So the overall potential we have here is the Hangman. It came out in the reverse. So this card is a card of looking at a new perspective, but when we come out of it, it's coming out of stagnation, and it's having already had that perspective, seeing the better way of living, seeing the larger overall view that you can take, and knowing which way to go from there. So what I'm feeling here is that there is an overall ability for this relationship to move forward in a long term. There's a long-term potential here, but you really have to gain some perspective in order to do so. And I think that perspective is going to come through some type of work or financial struggle or a feeling of security that needs to be addressed and felt and worked through in this relationship. This person is stepping to you in a very loving way, very truthful way, and initially you won't see it, or it may come from, or what is that? It may take you off guard. Is that the right term? I don't know. Anyway, it's going to surprise you. That's what I'm trying to say. And there's going to be the obvious of moving through here. The potential, the characteristics is that you really want to build together when you accept it. And there's just some issues of security or finances that just need to get worked through here. But having that perspective and coming out of any stagnation financially or even within this relationship is going to allow it to be a long-term growth for you, Cancer. They're loving at you. They're lovingly looking at you right now. But don't be misled by... I would say just make sure that they're up to your standards, because maybe multiple people are looking at you, okay? Okay, Cancer, that's what I have for you. Let me know how this rolls for you. It's a really interesting read, so let me know in the comments section. And I'm doing more readings this month, so check the other ones out as well. I'll see you guys soon.